The moment superstar Britney Spears and her fans have been waiting for quite some time. The Free Britney movement celebrating moments after her conservatorship was terminated in its entirety immediately. Britney Spears now free to make her own medical, financial, and personal decisions for the first time since 2008. The breaking news late today. The Justice Department indicting former Trump aide Steve Bannon over his defiance of a subpoena from the Select Committee investigating the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. What does this mean for the committee's investigation? The increasing COVID concern tonight about a winter surge. Cases rising in almost half the country, and health officials say this latest rise is fueled by millions of unvaccinated Americans. The country's most populous state, California, just the latest to bypass the FDA and CDC and encourage boosters for all adults 18 and older. Dr. Alok Patel standing by to answer your questions. The Great Resignation is accelerating. American workers walking off the job in record numbers, 4.4 million employees quitting in September alone. What's behind this, and can the government do anything to help? He flew into space and back with William Shatner, but back here on Earth, a tragedy tonight. The Blue Origin astronaut killed in a small plane crash. What we're learning about what happened and the Blue Origin crew's response. 50 years worth of Cuban sandwiches and celebrations. Miami's iconic Versailles restaurant turns 50. And while it touts being the world's most famous restaurant, it's also become a symbol for freedom for thousands of Cuban Americans.
I think it goes to show like the American dream is alive, and if you work hard and obviously you have a little bit of luck, you will be able to make it and do great things.
And tonight, our journey to one of the most extreme places on the planet, Antarctica. Our Amy Robach is there getting an up-close look at how climate change is altering one of the Earth's most pristine places and how that affects us all.
We're at a tipping point. If we don't change our behavior real fast,
what happens in Antarctica affects the entire world.
Does not stay in Antarctica.
Well, good evening. I'm Trevor Alt in for Lindsay Davis. Thank you so much for streaming with us. And we begin tonight with the indictment sending shockwaves through Washington tonight. Steve Bannon, a longtime associate of former President Trump, is now facing the possibility of jail time after refusing to comply with a subpoena from the committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Late today, the Justice Department announcing it's charged Bannon with 2 counts of criminal contempt of Congress, and the move sets off what is likely a contentious legal battle with significant ramifications for the congressional investigation. Just today, former President Trump's then Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, refused to appear before the committee, which is now threatening to hold him in contempt as well. So, will Trump's aides refusing to cooperate be swayed now that Bannon could spend time in jail? And what comes next after this indictment? Our Chief Washington correspondent, Jonathan Karl, leads us off on this busy Friday night.
The federal grand jury indicted Steve Bannon tonight for defying a subpoena from the congressional committee investigating the January 6th riot. Bannon is a central figure in the investigation. The resolution holding him in contempt of Congress pointed to his own words on his podcast the day before the riot.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow.
Bannon told Trump's supporters, quote, "This is your time in history."
All I can say is strap in. You have made this happen, and tomorrow it's game day.
Bannon says he is refusing to cooperate at the direction of former President Trump. He's not the only one defying a congressional subpoena. Today, the committee was supposed to hear from former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, but he didn't show up. Meadows helped spread Trump's lies about election fraud. As I report for the first time in my book, Betrayal, the final act of the Trump show, he also played a pivotal role in pressuring Vice President Mike Pence to overturn the election, sending the Vice President a memo written by Trump lawyer Jenna Ellis on New Year's Eve, outlining how Pence should nullify Joe Biden's electoral votes on January 6th. Pence refused to go along and had to be evacuated from the Senate chamber as rioters stormed the Capitol chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." In an interview for Betrayal, I asked Trump about that, and he defended the rioters, calling for Pence's execution.
Were you worried about him during that siege? Were you worried about his safety?
No, I thought he was well protected, and I had heard that he was in good shape. No, because I had heard he was in very good shape. But No,
You
I
heard
think
those chants. That was terrible. I mean, those, you know,
he could have. Well, the people were very angry
they're saying hang Mike
because
Pence.
it's common sense, John. It's common sense that you're supposed to protect. How can you, if you know a vote is fraudulent, right?
Yeah.
How can you pass on a fraudulent vote to Congress?
Jonathan Karl speaking directly with former President Trump. John, those words are both shocking and at the same time not surprising. But I want to go back to Steve Bannon here in this indictment. How is the Select Committee responding to this indictment?
Well, they're making very clear that this is sending a message not just about Steve Bannon, but about the others who have defied or are suggesting that they will defy those subpoenas. Mark Meadows, the committee said, is somebody they are considering holding in contempt. And Benny Thompson, who is the chair of the committee, said that the message sent here to all of those is that no one is above the law. No one is above the law.
And what's next for Steve Bannon, John?
He's expected to turn himself in on Monday, and then there'll be a hearing that day to see what happens next. But again, he faces, because there are 2 counts here, 1 year for each count, and that is, you know, he faces up to 2 years in prison.
Serious charges. John Karl, thanks so much for joining us, and we appreciate your outstanding reporting. Looking forward to the coming book.
Thank you, Trevor.
Next to that other breaking news story tonight, the major decision for pop star Britney Spears, a Los Angeles judge, has ended her nearly 14-year-long conservatorship, giving her control over her life and her fortune. ABC's Kaylee Hartung was in the courtroom and has the latest.
Tonight, cheers erupting outside this courthouse in Los Angeles. Hundreds of Britney Spears' most loyal fans overcome with emotion moments after a judge terminated the conservatorship that's controlled Britney's life and finances for nearly 14 years. The judge saying the conservatorship is no longer required, as her attorney assured the court safety nets are in place financially and personally to put Britney in a position to succeed and protect her $60 million fortune.
How will Britney Spears' life be different when she wakes up tomorrow as opposed to the last nearly 14 years?
She will wake up tomorrow for the first time in 13 years as a free woman.
The conservatorship unraveling with stunning speed after Britney demanded it end 5 months ago, describing it as abusive and exploitive. Moments ago, Britney tweeting, "Good God, I love my fans so much it's crazy. I think I'm going to cry the rest of the day. Best day ever. Praise the Lord. Can I get an amen? Hashtag freed Britney."
And Kaylee Hartung joins us now. Kaylee, we see all that excitement from the fans. This has been such a contentious battle for so long now. I'm wondering, how did this play out in court today as this was finally decided?
Yeah, Trevor, unbelievably smoothly, if I could characterize it that way. As Britney's attorney, Matthew Rosengart, told me as he walked out of the courtroom, he said, "I tried to keep it simple," and he really did. We were in and out of there in less than 40 minutes, and not a single person involved in the hearing had an objection. Now, remember, it was actually Britney's father, Jamie, who first filed the petition to terminate this conservatorship altogether. He was doing it under different conditions. He was doing it when Britney wanted to see him suspended so they could get access to the information and documentation that he has about how he's run this conservatorship. But Britney's attorney really built off that initial filing from Jamie Spears, saying that it's time for this conservatorship to be terminated. And of course, quoting Britney's own words, as we heard her beg the court back in June to let her have her life back. Trevor?
And it does seem that while now she has her life back, Kaylee, her fight's not necessarily over. She wants an investigation into her father and the others, right?
Yeah, Trevor, back during that explosive testimony she gave in June, she said she wants to see her father and possibly others in jail for the way they behaved when they were in control of her life and finances. And Matthew Rosengart, Britney's attorney, since the first day he got on the job, he's talked about how they are aggressively pursuing this investigation into Jamie Spears that could potentially include criminal charges, if not just civil. But today, Rosengart was more measured in saying if those are Britney's wishes, we will continue to pursue that investigation. I would suspect they do. But right now, Trevor, all the focus is on celebrating this win for Britney and the freedom she has been begging for. Trevor?
Kaylee Hartung from what is certainly a wild scene there. A lot of people celebrating. Kaylee, thank you. And we want to dig deeper now on this big news about Britney Spears. So we're going to bring in now family law attorney Christopher Melcher of Walzer Melcher. He represents celebrities like Kanye West, many others. Christopher, thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me, Trevor.
Of course. So we heard in Kaylee's reporting there were no objections in court today to ending this conservatorship after what has been a lengthy battle. Does the fact that this went through smoothly today surprise you at this point?
Well, no, as Kaylee mentioned, that there were fights earlier on about the conditions that this would end on. And that's what was happening earlier when Jamie Spears had petitioned the court to end the conservatorship. He wanted things done like the attorneys that were representing him paid and other transactions approved. But Matthew Rosengart, Britney's attorney, wouldn't agree to that, so he dropped that. And it was just a matter then of terminating it.
Britney Spears has been winning back her freedom sort of little by little, chipping away at it. This seems to be a watershed moment here. What changes after this ruling tonight?
Well, these rights are all restored now to her over her person. So things like where she could live, who she could see, what she could do, all these rights that she's almost 40 years old now are just magically restored to her. So that's a big thing, and it's got to be relieving to her. On the financial side, there's a couple paperwork things and some loose ends that need to be dealt with to basically transition all of that control that's been over her financially for so many years back to her for chosen managers, accountants, and attorneys. But I think the relief that she must be feeling is amazing to, as a 40-year-old or 39-year-old woman, to have back rights that we take for granted.
You know, of course, we see the friends and family of Britney Spears and Britney herself who are celebrating this ruling tonight. There is at least some reasoning behind the fact that conservatorships are so ironclad, especially out there in California. I'm wondering, in a general sense, do you see any potential risks at ending this conservatorship without additional mental evaluations?
Not in this particular one, because there was never a mental evaluation required to place it on her. The court never required any kind of doctor certification that she was incapacitated when it put this on her in February of 2008, so there was no reason for her to have one for it to end. The court even called it a voluntary conservatorship, which I don't really agree with based on how it happened. But there are other types of protective measures for people with mental illness. A probate conservatorship, which is the one here, is actually not used for that. This is for end-of-life situations, people with dementia, stuff like that. So people with mental health illness would usually get a different kind of state-imposed conservatorship, not the one that was put on her.
There's a lot of reasons this maybe didn't make sense to begin with, but I'm wondering, Christopher, do you think this conservatorship would have ever ended without this Free Britney movement?
No way. There were so many fans for years coming out here protesting with their pink signs, saying that this was an abusive conservatorship. Many people thought that they were just conspiracy theorists and that there was nothing to it. And many people didn't know exactly how Britney felt until she spoke on June 23. The amount of support and love that she's got from her fans has been enormous and put so much pressure on this that there really was nowhere to hide for her father, that he had to step down. And I do give credit to the Free Britney movement, and you could see once she got her chosen attorney, Matthew Rosengart, it was only a matter of months until the thing ended.
It took a long time, and then it happened very quickly. Christopher, last question for you. Britney Spears has repeatedly said there was some serious abuse in this arraignment. Do you think that Jamie Spears or anybody else here could face some liability?
Absolutely. There's a $48 million bond that was placed upon him as a condition of being a conservator. So that's still out there and provides protection for Britney. If she's able to prove these claims of financial abuse, there's $48 million there that she can recover from the bond company. There's also others, the business manager, TriStar, that she's made claims against for the surveillance operation and other payments that they received. So it's going to be an investigation into those allegations. There's certainly going to be civil liability if she chooses to pursue that and the court or jury agrees that they did something wrong. And we might also see some criminal case coming out of it, but so far no charges have been filed.
And given the attention this has received, that will certainly have a lot of people watching. Christopher Melcher, we appreciate your insights.
Thank you.
We turn now to the pandemic and the concerns over another winter surge as more Americans head indoors in the colder months and as more than 40% of the country is still unvaccinated. In recent weeks, 22 states have seen a 10% rise in daily cases, and hospitalizations are climbing as well in many others. Now, some states are moving forward with calling for booster shots for all adults ahead of an official CDC recommendation. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
Faced with rising COVID cases, California and New Mexico now joining Colorado to extend booster shots for all adults.
If you think you will benefit from getting a booster shot, I encourage you to go out and get it. Supplies available.
4 states are now pushing boosters for everyone over 18, ahead of a CDC decision which is expected soon.
I actually think it's the correct decision medically. So I think it's really important that the CDC, FDA, and the governors and the affected states as we move into the winter get on the same page.
That winter surge just beginning. Hospitals from Colorado to Vermont scrambling to care for more COVID patients.
Our teams are extremely busy. It's not getting easier. Everyone's tired. We're stretched.
Many hospitals seeing more vaccinated patients, like older people and the immunocompromised.
The person either has chronic medical conditions that put them at greater risk, or these may be people who got vaccinated very early on in the pandemic and they may be experiencing some waning immunity.
Just 1 in 3 seniors who are eligible for a booster shot has gotten one. And the 107 million Americans unvaccinated in this country still driving up most of the new infections.
We have almost half the population not vaccinated, and unfortunately there's still a lot of warm water for that Hurricane Delta to pass over, the warm water being the unvaccinated.
Seems like we've been in that storm for quite some time now. Stephanie Ramos joins us now live. And Steph, as more states are now moving on their own to encourage everybody 18 and over to get this booster shot, how soon could we actually see the FDA and the CDC make a decision authorizing boosters for all adults?
That's still unclear, Trevor, but there is new reporting from the Washington Post about an internal discussion among top health officials over whether all adults should get their boosters now. But clearly, we are hearing from these states that want to try and boost protection now heading into the winter. Trevor.
We saw how bad that got last year. Stephanie, thank you. And we, of course, have many questions and answers now. We have Dr. Alok Patel, physician at Stanford Children's Health. Dr. Patel, thank you for joining us on the other side of the country here. We've been talking to you for how long now from opposite ends?
It feels like 2019 right now, Trevor.
That is, I never thought that would feel so positive, but I take that as a great compliment.
It's optimism, it's progress.
We all remember, 2019 a great year, 2020 not. Last winter was devastating across the board. We've done a whole lot of vaccinating since then. Do we still need to be worried with the numbers we're seeing?
I don't think we need to be as worried, Trevor, as last winter, but there's 2 things that are different. One good, one bad. One thing that's good is that we have nearly 60% of this country is fully vaccinated. So we are going to prevent a lot of deaths compared to last winter. But the big difference is that this has been the year of the Delta variant. And that's something people need to keep into account, especially as we see pockets of the country that are seeing upticks in cases right now, and that could get worse as we get into those colder months and families want to get together, travel, and hopefully not be around too many people who are unvaccinated, losing their masks and getting complacent.
Is the fact that we're seeing the rising infections and hospitalizations, especially in some states that have high vaccination rates, is that a sign that the immunity is waning with the vaccine?
I think partially. So remember, there's 2 things. There's something I want to differentiate. It's the positive cases and then symptomatic COVID-19. I'm less concerned about positive cases and people who are vaccinated, because the vaccine is going to work. They'll be protected against severe illness. But one thing that is concerning is that there is some waning immunity. There are still some cases of people who've gotten immunized, who have not gotten immunized, who are now getting breakthrough cases. But we really are concerned about those people who are high risk, who may have been first in line to get the vaccine late last year, early this year, and now they've got plenty of evidence that the immunity is waning, and they should go out and get their boosters.
Pfizer's already asking the FDA to get authorization to get booster shots for every adult. Right now it's 65 and older. Some states, though, California, Colorado, they're saying don't even wait, go out and get it. What do adults need to be thinking about booster shots right now?
I think adults, if they have any reason to be concerned, should absolutely go out and get it. We've got the supply. There's resources available for you to run out and get a booster right now. And think about your situation, your own health, people around you, community you live in, where everyone's waiting to see the data from the 10,000-person Pfizer trial that actually shows that, hey, if you compare two groups of vaccinated people, those who got a booster have 95.6% greater vaccine efficacy compared to those who didn't get a booster. So the evidence is there.
Let's say there's a family, they believe in the vaccines, they got it early, and they followed all the instructions, but they have not gotten booster shots yet. Do they need to be concerned about getting together for Thanksgiving?
You know, I would recommend that they would have a conversation about, do we need to get the booster shot, especially if they got it early, because now that's way more than 6 months, which is at the point when we start to see the immunity waning. So I would recommend that they go out and get the booster. If they don't, and they're all vaccinated, all the data suggests that they still have great protection against severe illness and or death, which is what the vaccines were designed to do in the first place.
Since we have you here in studio, I've heard from at least a few other doctors that the thing they're looking at is the COVID pill because it's a treatment once it's already here. What do you think, from your perspective, is like the thing that will put this pandemic to bed? Is there anything?
You know, I don't know if we're going to putting the pandemic to bed means that we no longer have an uncontrolled global outbreak. I think one thing that we need to pay attention to is vaccine equity. You know, we are talking right now about trying to get a 60% vaccination number higher in the United States, when if you look at sub-Saharan Africa, we're under 10%, 7%. And so we're not going to get anywhere until we actually get global distribution. We can't wait for people to get symptomatic COVID-19 and then say, but hey, we'll treat it. So I think that needs to be a big priority. Once we get all that squared away, we stop normalizing losing 1,200 Americans a day, then we can talk about the light in the tunnel.
It does put it in perspective, too, especially when, like, California says, just go get a booster shot now. We're fully stocked. When, like, Africa has people who are begging to get the vaccine.
The WHO put out a report saying, like, the 90 countries that are offering booster shots, none of them are developing or lower-income countries.
Unbelievable.
Speaks volumes.
Dr. Patel, we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
You're welcome anytime. And next to the economy, and news today that a record 4.4 million American workers quit their jobs in September. And as we gear up for the holidays, both workers and products are in short supply. It's leading to that jolt in prices across the country. So how long will those price hikes last? Here's ABC's Rachel Scott.
Tonight, the White House on the defensive amid the news that a record 4.4 million Americans quit their jobs in September. Press Secretary Jen Psaki putting a rosy spin on the numbers.
Ultimately, that's a good thing. Many workers feel this is a time to look for a better job with greater pay and more benefits.
Experts say that's not the only reason so many people are quitting. There's also difficulty of finding childcare during the pandemic, a mismatch between skills and available jobs, and a large number of retirements. The government also surged support for Americans during the pandemic, stimulus checks, enhanced unemployment, rental assistance, and food subsidies. But the bottom line is that businesses across the country are desperately searching for workers.
I could easily hire at least another 10 people, and it's hard to get even one.
Susan Lim owns the Praline Bakery and Restaurant in Maryland. Because she can't find workers, she's been forced to curtail her offerings. She can't seat as many customers. What's more, the cost of ingredients is skyrocketing.
A case of butter, it increased like $15 from last week to this week. And, you know, eggs sometimes can jump $20 from week to week.
$20? Yeah. Moody's chief analyst Mark Zandi says what we're seeing is a perfect storm.
The worker shortages are conflating with the supply chain problems, just creating this massive shortage of product, and as a result, higher prices, inflation.
Zandi predicts inflation will remain high for more than a year.
I think we're seeing the worst of the inflation right now, but it's not going to get better really fast.
Okay, so not horrible news, but also not great news. Rachel Scott joins us now from the White House. Rachel, we're hearing there inflation could last at least another year, but there's so many contributing factors here, right? Everything from COVID to the supply chain.
Yeah, and you heard from economist Mark Zandi. He says that the fundamental reason behind the rise in inflation that we are seeing is the Delta variant. He says it's essentially scrambled the labor markets, prompting concerns over returning back to work and over traveling. He says that things are going to get better, Trevor, but that it is going to take some time. He estimates roughly a year.
Rachel Scott from the White House tonight. Rachel, thank you. And when we come back, on the front lines of the climate crisis, our team braves hurricane-force winds and rough seas to bring you a special report from Antarctica. A fatal plane crash back on Earth for the pilot who accompanied William Shatner to space just last month. And a key day in court as the judge in the Kyle Rittenhouse case looks likely to let the jury consider lesser charges than the ones prosecutors originally filed. We'll have the latest.
All right, here we go. You ready? Let's do it.
Yes, it's the show America wants and America needs right now.
This is What Would You Do? Let's go. How are you? Yes.
So what will you be watching Saturdays on ABC News Live?
What would you do?
Hey, I guess I just found out.
The What Would You Do Marathon, 12 to 6 Eastern, every Saturday on ABC News Live.
My favorite show.
Admit it. These days, what you need to know
Seems to change just about every day.
What is it that you really want to know, need to know,
To help you not just get through your day,
but to make the most of it? Feel smarter.
feel better.
Feel happier.
Well, how about a third hour of Good Morning America?
GMA 3, What You Need to Know. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
It's all about you.
The mysterious boyfriend. What does he even do over there? Tell me everything.
You'll be okay. No one knows about us.
He's the chief executive and she's a kid.
You have committed multiple federal crimes.
I want to talk to my lawyer. The White House disposed of me like a piece of trash. And they will do the same to you.
Impeachment, American Crime Story. Tuesdays at 10, only on FX. Available now on demand.
Whitney Houston.
I'm not a person who wants to die.
Kobe Bryant.
No matter what happens, the storm eventually ends.
John Ritter.
There was so much beauty in his life.
Richard Pryor.
The funniest person on the planet.
Robin Williams.
He was a meteor that came to the world.
Superstars. Unbelievable lives gone too soon. Sunday, watch the Superstar Marathon Event Special. Streaming only on ABC News Live. Sex, gambling, fraud, betrayal, and murder. Cutthroat Inc., the podcast. A family on a mission to find their son. A year's worth of conversations with the killer. Cutthroat Inc. Subscribe for free now on your favorite podcast app. Hours. Assault on the Capitol. The ABC News original. Exclusively on Hulu. Now streaming.
Welcome back, and now to our special report, Climate Crisis Saving Tomorrow. Tonight we're taking you thousands of miles away to one of Earth's most extreme places, Antarctica. Like much of the planet, this pristine wonderland is changing, and our own Amy Robach got the incredible assignment going to see what's happening with her own eyes, and the journey to get there wasn't easy.
Our epic journey to Antarctica is underway. A 12-hour flight straight south to Ushuaia, Argentina, the southernmost city on the planet. From there, our 15-member broadcast team boards the National Geographic Endurance, a ship built for polar exploration. The record low at the South Pole, minus 78 degrees. Lucky for us, it's springtime there now, but excursions to the glacier mean exposure to the elements.
So I made it to Miami Beach, where I've got a lot of warm clothes. I've got my heavy jackets, my hats, my gloves, my boots. We are headed south, way south, and we are ready for the cold.
The first 24 hours, crossing the Drake Passage, widely considered the roughest, most punishing seas on the planet.
We would like to be the first to welcome you to Ushuaia.
The world's most southern city, to board the National Geographic Endurance with Lindblad Expeditions. Our floating home for the next 2 weeks.
Here we are pushing off the coast of Argentina. We have 500 nautical miles ahead of us and some pretty rough seas before we finally reach the bottom of the earth.
We are now crossing Drake Passage, a place in the water where the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean meet. The currents of each ocean crashing into each other, causing swells and wind speeds at hurricane force, average depths of 11,000 feet. 30-foot waves are not uncommon. There aren't any land masses to slow down the strength of these waves, And these photos prove it. Taken on an earlier Lindblad expedition voyage, they show the power of the Drake Passage as waves crash over the bow.
See which way the breakfast goes for you tomorrow.
Expeditions like this one are put together by Sven Lindblad. His father, Lars Erik Lindblad, led the first group of people who were not trained expeditioners, many of them women, to Antarctica back in 1966. Now, these expeditions highlighting the danger climate change poses to Antarctica and the rest of the world.
We're at a tipping point. If we don't change our behavior real fast,
What happens in Antarctica affects the entire world.
does not stay in Antarctica.
In just a few short hours, we'll finally make our first landfall on the South Shetland Islands, just miles from Antarctica. Chinstrap penguins, the island group's ambassadors. Threatened by climate change, in some areas, their population may have fallen by half. But how we get from ship to shore is its own adventure. Enter the Zodiacs. These small inflatable vessels will shepherd us through the icy waters and onto land. And as we cross the Drake Passage, we travel with one passenger who is an Antarctic legend. 30 years ago, Will Steger led a 3,471-mile expedition across the continent on dog sleds, a 7-month trek across the ice.
It took us 30 days to cross these ice shelves. And also in the last 30 years, a number of other ice shelves have broken off.
Now Steger is returning to Antarctica with 2 young filmmakers who have made a documentary about his life.
I grew up tearing out pictures of National Geographic with Will Steger's expeditions.
But it's clear that times have changed as a warming climate has impacted the continent, making a similar journey for Steger impossible.
300 miles of it is now gone. These remote areas are really interconnected to the rest of the world. So we should know that, it's real, but, we really have to come together here for solutions and adaptations.
Well, I've covered a lot of hurricanes, so I think it's fairly safe to say these are hurricane-force gusts. Antarctic weather is living up to its reputation.
The captain shut down the outer decks for everyone's safety, rerouting on the fly. Charting a new course south, sailing toward Peterman Island overnight, hoping to outrun the storm. But along the way, the sun came out, and so did some of Antarctica's most famous residents at Bailey Head on Deception Island.
All right, we're laughing. The snow is really starting to come down hard here now. Doug, our resident penguin expert, is telling me there are as many as 6,000 penguins right now on this island. So, Doug, this is exciting to be here, to get here and witness all of this, but it's very important. How are these birds, how are these penguins affected by climate change?
Yeah, that's a great question, Amy, and they are indeed. And the location we're at today is exemplary of the impacts that here in the Antarctic Peninsula we're feeling from climate change. Warming temperatures have made the habitat more suitable for these penguins here, the gentoo penguins, and less suitable for the former occupants, the Adelie penguins that were here. You said thousands of penguins are here, of gentoo penguins. There's just a couple hundred of the Adelie penguins left. So it's been a real dynamic shift in this part of the Antarctic Peninsula where the temperatures have changed so dramatically over the last few decades.
An alarming reality. This ice is melting. Temperatures here are rising faster than anywhere else in the world. The sea ice has been reduced by 30% in the last century.
We've seen areas that used to be frozen that are now melted. And we've seen areas that used to be covered with snow pretty consistently year after year that are now just dark soil. It's amazing that this is happening in such a short amount of time.
And so let's bring in Amy Robach all the way from Antarctica. Amy, you finally made the journey. I know you're freezing, but you're always high energy. I can't believe I'm even talking to somebody in Antarctica. It's got to be crazy for you to be there. Just take us through what struck you the most so far.
It is... the extremes. The weather here is unpredictable. It's extreme, and we're experiencing it right now. So when we first set out on our journey, pretty quickly, we had hurricane-force winds. We had 18 to 30-foot swells from the Southern Ocean. So our captain rerouted us in search of better weather, and here we are in tropical storm-force winds with sleet and snow pounding us. And if you could just see this incredible field of sheet ice that we are carving our way through to make it to the mainland of Antarctica, it is breathtaking. It is beautiful. And Trevor, it's our responsibility to keep it like it is right now.
Of course, and I don't want to keep you out in those tropical force winds and sleet too long, Amy, but we're loving your reporting. Where else are you headed? What else can we expect?
That's right. So we are heading to the main continent where we're hoping to meet more animal life. We had the penguins for you today, but there are so many other beautiful Antarctic creatures that we were hoping to encounter. Also, they have convinced me, I think, to go snorkeling in these icy waters because apparently it's incredible. I'm going to be in a dry suit, and I'm going to have to muster up, though, quite a bit of courage and confidence to do it because it probably wouldn't normally be my jam to go snorkeling in these icy waters.
Yeah, given the temperature, Amy, I think you want to double or triple up on the wetsuits. Amy Robach braving the cold and the elements for us in Antarctica. Amy, so much. Thank you. Go get warm.
Yeah.
You can catch much more climate reporting on our ABC News Live climate special, Adapt or Die, anchored by Lindsay Davis. It airs tonight, right here after Prime. And still ahead for us, the new developments in the trial over the death of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. Plus, a Cuban-American landmark turns 50. We take you to a family restaurant that has anchored South Florida's Cuban community for decades. And Taylor Swift drops a new version of her classic album, Red. It is a push to regain control of her own music. We'll look by the numbers. But first, our tweet of the day, just married. Paris Hilton, you could say bedecked in bridal glory if you choose, marrying venture capitalist Carter Ream on Thursday in Bel Air. We'll be right back.
It's an extraordinary story.
A computer salesman was supposed to report to prison to begin a 17-year sentence.
They let him turn himself into jail with no escort.
No one thought he would run.
How do you evade capture for 25 years? How do you do that?
Now, join the search, following the U.S. Marshals as they uncover new leads in a global manhunt. Can you help catch this fugitive?
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man? Listen and join the all-new hunt wherever you get your podcasts.
13 siblings held captive by their parents.
A survival story like you've never seen.
My two little sisters right now, chained up.
Never before seen.
You got another room in the front right here with 2 kiddos in the bed.
Now, finally hear from the family.
I don't know how you had the courage.
I think it was like us coming so close to death so many times.
Escape from a house of horror.
The only word I know to call it is hell.
Friday night, November 19th on ABC.
In time, spring will turn to fall.
From the global resources of ABC News. From morning through daytime, evening, late night, 24/7. The race against time. Climate crisis, saving tomorrow. What can we do now? The groundbreaking reports all this November on ABC News.
Right now, with so much at stake, Sunday mornings, this is the place. Taking on all the tough questions. Straightforward reporting. No spin, no hype, no bull. See why Sunday mornings, more and more Americans are now turning first to ABC's This Week with George Stephanopoulos.
Welcome to This Week.
Let's do this. When you wake up in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, darling, I'll be by your side. I'll be there by your side. I'll be everything you wanted. I'll be there by your side. If you need a light to shine in, hold up your hand, let the stars shoot again, let the light shine in through the dark.
Good morning, America.
And now to major news for Swifties and really all fans of superstar Taylor Swift. Her new re-recorded album, Red, has finally dropped, so you can stay for tonight's By the Numbers. 2012, that is when Red first debuted, but now she has released new versions of those hits. It's titled Red, Taylor's Version. Now, this album has 30 tracks, including every song Swift wrote for the original, plus many more that didn't make the cut at the time. The diehard fans may need to calm down about her new 10-minute version of the beloved anthem All Too Well, which my sister says is her best song, and it's believed to be about her painful split from actor Jake Gyllenhaal. After some bad blood with her previous record label, Swift decided to re-record her first 6 albums so that now she can own her master recordings, and Red, Taylor's version, is the second installment of this project after she released a re-recorded version of her Grammy-winning album Fearless back in April, and that has already been streamed 3 times as much as the original since its release. Now, listing all of Swift's awards and firsts would leave me breathless, but here are a few. She is the first woman to ever win 3 Album of the Year Grammys. At 20 years old, she was the youngest artist to ever take home the top album Grammy until Billie Eilish came along, and she has won 25 Billboard Music Awards, the most of any female artist in history, and she loves 13. There's a bonus number for you. Still ahead here on Prime, the new developments in the investigation of that concert horror in Houston, and also the judge in the Kyle Rittenhouse case opening up a new option for jurors today before they begin deliberations next week. And our TikTok star of the week going viral for imitating her mother. Stay with us. First, a look at our top trending stories on abcnews.com.
It was an extraordinary story.
A computer salesman was supposed to report to prison to begin a 17-year sentence.
They let him turn himself into jail with no escort.
No one thought he would run.
How do you evade capture for 25 years? How do you do that?
Now, join the search, following the U.S. Marshals as they uncover new leads in a global manhunt. Can you help catch this fugitive?
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man? Listen and join the all-new hunt wherever you get your podcast.
The most powerful stories of our time, anytime. Nightline.
Now streaming on ABC News Live 2020. True crime, cinematic, real-life drama, stunning, the unthinkable. Follow the clues. The Hunt. True crime 2020. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
Admit it. These days, what you need to know
Seems to change just about every day.
What is it that you really want to know, need to know,
To help you not just get through your day,
but to make the most of it? Feel smarter,
feel better.
feel happier.
Well, how about a third hour of Good Morning America?
GMA 3, what you need to know. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
It's all about you.
All right, here we go. You ready? Let's do it.
Yes, it's the show America wants and America needs right now.
This is What Would You Do? Let's go. How are you?
How cute.
Yes.
So what will you be watching Saturdays on ABC News Live?
What would you do?
Hey, I guess I just found out.
The What Would You Do Marathon, 12 to 6 Eastern, every Saturday on ABC News Live.
My favorite show.
This is what being live is all about. This is ABC News Live.
All right, we're gonna move back. Let's move back.
We're surrounded by people squeezing into this bomb shelter.
We're on an urgent delivery run.
Not afraid to go there.
So my question, Mr. President, what are you so afraid of?
Breaking news, live events.
This is the moment.
Streaming straight to you, anytime, anywhere.
You just met one friend right here.
You're watching ABC News Live. Thanks for streaming with us.
Major developments that could change the course of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
If I allow those, then the jury, if they are unable to agree that you're guilty of the charged offense, will have the opportunity to consider whether you're guilty of the less serious offense.
The judge indicating he will likely allow the jury, who's expected to begin deliberating Monday, to consider lesser charges against Rittenhouse, who's accused of killing Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber and injuring Gage Grosskreutz with an AR-15. That change could be a huge break for prosecutors fighting for a conviction. The judge also indicating he will likely instruct the jury to consider whether Rittenhouse provoked Rosenbaum before the shooting. The key piece of evidence, this drone video. Prosecutors argue it shows Rittenhouse provoked Rosenbaum by raising his gun.
He raises it up right there.
If the jury agrees, it could unravel Rittenhouse's claim of self-defense.
Promoters and organizers of the deadly Astroworld Festival tragedy are now facing nearly 100 civil lawsuits. Attorney Ben Crump says he represents more than 200 people who were mentally or physically hurt during that chaotic event last week. This includes 9-year-old Ezra Blount, who is now on life support. 9 people were killed. Crump says the victims are suing to make sure they get justice and to prevent anything like this from happening again.
They never fathomed that it would be the worst nightmare of their life, where they witnessed people be killed.
Crump says this tragedy could have been prevented if there had been a focus on crowd control and other safety provisions. Travis Scott's attorney claims his client did not know about the mass casualties during the concert.
The idea that I'm actually going to get on top of a rocket in a couple days is just hard to fathom.
The pilot who flew with William Shatner and crew aboard last month's Blue Origin flight to the edge of space has died in a plane crash. State police say it happened yesterday when the small aircraft Len DeVries was in went down in Sussex County, New Jersey. Another man was also on board and died.
Blue Origin tweeted his passion for aviation, his charitable work, and his dedication to his craft will long be revered and admired.
For 135 years, Johnson & Johnson has been the reliable producer of things like Tylenol, Benadryl, and Neutrogena. That business is spinning off into its own as yet unnamed consumer products company, leaving Johnson & Johnson to concentrate on medical devices and prescription drugs like its COVID-19 vaccine. Shareholders have demanded more from corporations, and the hope is splitting them up will create focus and profits.
Former Raiders head coach John Gruden now suing the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell. Gruden is accusing the league of trying to destroy his career and reputation, claiming league officials selectively released emails he sent containing racist, homophobic, and sexist comments. The league denies the allegations. The emails, part of an NFL investigation into workplace culture, led to his resignation last month. Our parent company Disney is pulling out all the stops to celebrate the 2nd anniversary of its streaming service, Disney Plus, including the announcement of special deals and some new content.
Agatha Harkness from WandaVision is getting her own series, and we're getting a behind-the-scenes look at Obi-Wan Kenobi starring Ewan McGregor. Other upcoming Marvel titles include Moon Knight and She-Hulk.
Let's go. That includes the streaming premiere of 2021's biggest blockbuster, Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Subscribers will also get a first look at the Disney Plus original movie, Home Sweet Home Alone, which reimagines the popular holiday franchise.
And next to the murder trial of the 3 men charged in the death of Georgia man Ahmaud Arbery, today jurors saw new body camera video of police responding to a potential burglary 2 weeks before Arbery was killed. And the new fallout from the defense attorney's comments yesterday about black preachers in the courtroom. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
Jurors deciding the fate of 3 white men accused of racism and murder in South Georgia got a close look today at new police body camera video from 2 weeks before the shooting, where authorities responded to a possible burglar in the neighborhood.
When I pulled around to talk to him, he started reaching in his pockets.
Police were called after these images were recorded the same night inside a home under construction. Surveillance images we've seen before. 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery is seen on camera looking around at night. He was not armed and is never seen taking anything. Jurors got to hear Travis McMichael and his neighbors express their fear about seeing young black men in the neighborhood.
I don't know where the crap he's coming from. He's coming down this road.
It was 2 weeks later near the same construction site when McMichael, his father Gregory McMichael, and a neighbor, William Roddy Bryan, are seen chasing Arbery down before Travis McMichael is seen shooting him dead. They've pleaded not guilty to all charges, saying they were trying to make a citizen's arrest under then Georgia law. In court Thursday, one of the defense lawyers offended many Americans when he complained about black preachers taking up available seats in the courtroom, saying that we don't need any more black preachers in here. He apologized today, but it wasn't enough for black pastors across this country who are now staging a protest scheduled for next week outside the courthouse. Trevor?
Steve Osunsami, thank you. And we turn now to our weekly segment, TikTok, where we interview some of our favorite TikTokers and do a bit of a deeper dive into their content. Joining me now, the very funny, the very sweet Kat Stickler. Kat, thanks so much for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Now, by latest count, Kat, you're up to 8 million followers here, so plenty of people already know who you are. But for the people who don't, what can they find on your TikTok account?
Authentic, honest content and impersonations too.
I'm glad you brought up impersonations.
Yes.
Can you walk us through that and how, on top of just, I know you're just acting like your mother, but it's also kind of highlighting your culture too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've had like my whole lifetime to train for that role. Everything is just, I just think about it and I'm like, oh yeah, there's like unlimited content I can come up with my mom.
How does she feel about it?
Oh, she loves it. I think she thinks I'm the funniest person ever. So that makes me feel really good.
Wow.
My mom's my number one fan, for sure.
I'm not calling you out, Kat, because you look very sharp for your interview. We notice your hair is wet, and I heard before this, it was because your baby spit up on you.
It was, yeah, she spit up and then she got everything wet in the tub and I was like trying to wash it off and then my hair got wet from the tub and I was like, just screw it, I'm gonna shower because I need it. But I am a mom too, so
it still works. It still works, and that's why we bring it up, because you are very open about your personal life on social media. I mean, everyone on social media is sharing about themselves, but it's different when it's your job. How do you find that balance, kind of being authentic and sharing?
I just think about if I would like my daughter to see what I'm putting up, like when she's my age, like be like, oh, that was cool, Mom, or that was funny, or I just kind of want to make her proud. So whenever I like think about it, that's usually what's always in the back of my mind. That helps.
Do you get people being so open and sharing? I mean, you talk about the fact that you're a single mother. You were very open about your divorce, which took a lot of strength to share. Do you get people reaching out to you maybe for advice or talking about their own lives because they're seeing what's going on in yours?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm certified to give that advice because I'm still learning, but I try to help where I can. And I think people seeing the journey helps make it like you can do it. Like I show when I cry and I show when I laugh and I show when it's hard and I show when I'm lonely. And I feel like that makes it relatable, but I also show the rise up, which is probably the best part, which is kind of currently happening. So that's fun.
You've said that this was your dream job. This is what you always wanted to do. You say you get ideas from your mother and endless content ideas. Is just living your life, are you constantly saying that's something to put on, that's something to put on? Or is it sit down and work?
Sometimes it's hard to feel inspired or creative, but I do think about how I can make content every single second because it's like how I make money. So it's my job, but it's not a 9 to 5. Like I feel like it never turns off. It's like I'll be with my mom and she'll say something funny and I'll write it in my notes. And like, that was really, or MK will do something funny. It'll remind me of a video I could make of her and I'll write it down. So it's kind of 24/7, which is cool. I don't mind.
That's amazing. Well, Kat, we really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us. And hopefully some people, even though there are already millions following you, we're hoping people watch this and they follow you too.
Thanks, Trevor. Thanks for having me, you guys.
And coming up here on Prime, a Cuban-American restaurant celebrates a half-century in business. We will take you to this legendary spot in Little Havana that many consider to be the heart and soul of Miami.
This is what being live is all about. This is ABC News Live.
All right, we're gonna move back. Let's move back. We're surrounded by people squeezing into this bomb shelter.
We're on an urgent delivery run.
Not afraid to go there.
So my question, Mr. President, what are you so afraid of?
Breaking news, live events.
This is the moment.
Streaming straight to you, anytime, anywhere.
You just met one friend right here.
You're watching ABC News Live. Thanks for streaming with us.
In time, spring will turn to fall.
From the global resources of ABC News. From morning through daytime, evening, late night, 24/7. The race against time. climate crisis, saving tomorrow. What can we do now? The groundbreaking reports, all this November on ABC News.
The ladies you love, the hottest topics happening now. There's only one place to find it all.
You guys are having the hard conversations. I love The View.
The most watched #1 daytime talk show is The View. Now streaming on ABC News Live.
The President of the United States is having an affair with an intern. Someone needs to go public.
I promised him that I would not tell anyone.
We just gotta show him what really happened.
Are you sure you have enough evidence?
You are chaos. You are mayhem.
These allegations are false.
Mom, I'm in trouble.
Impeachment, American Crime Story. Tuesdays at 10, only on FX. Available now on demand.
When you wake up in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, darling, I'll be by your side. I'll be there by your side. I'll be everything you wanted. I'll be there by your side. If you need a light to shine it, hold up your hand, let the stars shoot again, let the light shine in through the dark.
Good morning, America.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Well, if you ever travel to Miami, you may wonder, where can I get the best Cuban food? More often than not, the response you're going to get from Miami diehards is Versailles. And while the food there is delicious, the significance of this decades-old restaurant goes far beyond the cuisine and directly to the heart of Cuban culture. ABC's Victor Oquendo takes us to the iconic restaurant as it celebrates its 50th anniversary.
For half a century, the Versailles restaurant in Miami has provided Cuban exiles many of the freedoms the Castro regime stripped them of. But for the Valls family, this relic that touts being the most famous Cuban restaurant in the world is also home.
So, how much time have you guys spent at this window?
Many hours.
The window, La Ventanita in Spanish, is where many have a cafecito and discuss politics at the famous Cuban restaurant Café Versailles. Named after the palace in France, it's located in the heart of Little Havana in Miami.
Versailles or Versailles?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, Versailles obviously is the correct pronunciation, but all Cubans call it Versailles because they just simply pronounce it in Spanish with a double L as a J. A peculiar name for a Cuban restaurant, no doubt.
Versailles opened in 1971 by Felipe Valls Sr., who left Cuba for the U.S. And today, the family tradition continues, with his son, Felipe Jr., and his granddaughters now running the iconic restaurant.
I'm born and raised in Miami. My grandmother, Abuela, lived 3 blocks away from here, so I have plenty of memories, but you literally grew up here. So what do you remember being around this restaurant, the kitchen, La Ventanita, being so young?
It was a really cool experience because we would come after school with my mom and all my sisters almost every day to have lunch with my dad.
Popular with locals and tourists, with its decor of etched mirrors and chandeliers, and its Cuban coffee and croquetas. Over its 50 years, the restaurant has hosted politicians running for office to celebrities.
It is so much more than a restaurant. So how do you describe what Versailles is?
It's tough. It really is something odd that a restaurant be so world-renowned, so politically connected, so connected to the island of Cuba and to all things Miami. Like, you know, here you come on a Saturday night, you see guys in tuxedos and gowns, and you see guys in flip-flops and tangas sometimes. But through the years, just the fact that we've been here and it's very Cuban.
And it's not just about inside the restaurant, but what happens outside in the Park 1997 World Series, from celebrations like the Florida Marlins 1997 World Series victory and the Miami Heat Finals win in 2013, to the thousands who protest and chant for freedom in Cuba.
How do you describe what the parking lot will look like on one of those days where someone's either celebrating or protesting? What does it look like out here?
It's a controlled mayhem is what it is.
In 1999, the controversy over whether Elian Gonzalez should be returned to Cuba. And in 2016, thousands gathered over the death of Fidel Castro.
When Fidel Castro died, that day in particular, I remember going up to the rooftop and looking down, and you couldn't even see streets. It was just a multitude of people, sea of people with flags, dancing, pots and pans. And I remember getting really emotional and teary-eyed thinking, wow, like this is where the whole Cuban American community came for this momentous occasion, and it's at my home.
This past summer, with some of the largest protests in Cuba in decades, Versailles, again, at the center of it all.
Was it so important for you guys to have that freedom of speech right here at the restaurant, given what your family left in Cuba?
Well, you know, we've always tried to maintain Versailles neutral and accessible to any party and any politician. When politicians have made a habit of using it as a stop, to using it to promote it, to show that they're with the Cuban community, with the Latino community. A lot of press has come through Versailles, but it won't work if when you get here, the service and the food isn't up to par.
Versailles, 5 decades of politics, Cuban food, and family that makes this restaurant the heart and soul of Miami.
I think it goes to show like the American dream is alive, and if you work hard and obviously you have a little bit of luck, you'll be able to make it and do great things.
Victor Oquendo, ABC News, in Miami's Little Havana neighborhood.
All right, thanks to Victor. And before we go tonight, the image of the day, this poor pooch having a bit of a rough day, cooling off with some ice. This is in Southern California, where some cities are experiencing record temperatures today in a new heat wave. And that is our show for tonight. Stay tuned to ABC News Live for more context and analysis of the day's top stories. Thank you for streaming with us. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.